Hey everyone, Mike DeBora, NCP Fitness Office here in Redondo Beach, California. So today what I really wanted to go over is, do you realize it's already September? How crazy is that? It's September. We're in the 9th month of the year. If you're like me, this year just went by so friggin' fast. So here's what I want you to do. Have you done an audit? What do you mean audit? Like, have you really audited yourself, your life, your clients? If you're watching this, more than likely you are a trainer. So here's what I want you to do. Look at your clients and see, have they been improving? And if they have, would you be able to show me on a piece of paper that they started at this place and now they're in this place? Are your goals smart, specific, measurable? You created an action plan, you made them realistic, and you set a time to them. Look, if we're not using smart goals, then what are we doing? So I'm asking you, once again, have you done what it is that we set forth? When you meet with a client, one of the first things you're going to look at is their goals. You're going to look at what they want to accomplish. Now, when you accept money to train them, you do it under the auspices that you are going to help them get to that goal. It's like, you have one part of the cliff over here, one part of the cliff over here, and you're building a bridge to get from point A to point B. Does that make sense? So I'm asking you, how close are you to point B? How close are you to point B? If you are not creating measurable goals for your client, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you just plain and simply there to hang out with? Are you there because you like the individual that you're working with? Are they paying you to be their friend for an hour? What's the deal? What is it that you're actually accomplishing? Now look, when you start to do this audit for each one of your clients, you also need to audit yourself. You need to ask yourself, where are your goals? Look, we are getting into Q4, right? We're almost in the last quarter of the year. What goals did you set for yourself? I strongly suggest that you set goals at least monthly, right? Quarterly and yearly. And that way you really can tell if you're going down your path. Now, people ask, what are the goals? What should they be in? Well, one of the biggest things is happiness, right? Are you happy? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with the way you give back to society? Are you happy with the things that are accomplished in your life? Are you happy with your everyday plan? Are you happy financially? Are you happy in any level? Those are the things you need to ask yourself at least once a month and see where you're at. Now, I prefer to do it once a week. Every week, I try to pick Sundays. Before I go to bed, I just look at a list of where I'm at. I look at a list of what I want to accomplish for that week, and I kind of set up my plan for that week. Are you doing anything like that? If you are, share. I'd love to hear what you do. I'd love to hear, what is your plan? What is your strategy? One of my people that I follow and one of my coaches is Brendon Burchard. And he has this whole book that kind of walks you through their whole plan on daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. And it really has helped me to organize myself. Now, look, organization isn't my big thing, but maybe it's yours. So at least you need to do a little something. So in recap, I won't keep you long for this one, but I just wanted to go over one first. As a trainer, you need to do an audit. You need to audit each one of your clients. You need to pull their file. Now look, if I'm saying pull their file and you're like, what is that? That's a whole nother discussion. Now remember, every single time that you meet with someone, you need to write down what it is that you do. How many reps, how many sets, what it is that your workout is, what it is that happens. Because God forbid if something does happen, you need to be able to pull out references and say, this is what I did with him or her. This is what I did with my client. This is where we were. This is what we did the session before. This is what we did the next session. So it's really, really important that, of course, you keep a file. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and audit every client and see. Grab their original intake, their original time that you met with them, and see what were their goals. Have you followed through? Is your client followed through? Are they any further now because they worked with you? Now, what I'm going to tell you, what often happens is the goals that they originally started with don't necessarily are the same that the goals that they have now. Now, even if they didn't accomplish them, they've realized maybe it wasn't as important. So what I'm saying is sometimes the goal is that they have, rock hard abs and they're able to, see their six pack. But after they start working with you, when they can't touch their toes and they can't play with their kids and they're hurting all over their body, they realize maybe the six pack abs isn't the most important goal that they should have. So now you've kind of worked with them and they've realized they want to move better and feel better. And looking better is just that extra, right? So with that said, if their goals have changed, you need to mark that down. You need to mark what their new goals are and where you are in accomplishing them. I strongly, strongly suggest that. And look, this is going to be the hard part. If your folks have not gotten any closer to their goals, I think it's time to fire them. If not, it's at least time to have a real serious heart-to-heart. Real serious heart-to-heart. You need to ask them, hey, why do we keep coming back? Hey, why are we still meeting together? Hey, what is our goal here? What is it that we want to accomplish? You need to define who it is that you are and what it is that the relationship is moving forward. So that way you've always kept that trainer-client type of relationship, right? So you need to know where you're going, where you've been. So, the secret to know where you're going is to know where you've been. So you look at where you've been and you plot out and you see where it is that you are right now. Alrighty, that's enough for today. Hope you got something from this. Audit, audit, audit. Check out where you are. Check out where your clients are. Make sure you're on the right path. And if not, remember, you still have 3 to 4 months to right that ship before the end of the year. Thank you much. Take care. God bless. See you next week.